On this video, we are going to be learning about the second shot that you need to learn if you're going to play the game of pickleball. And what is it? That is the block volley. Now, number one was the dink. When you stand here, the ball bounces and you hit the ball into your opponent's kitchen. But what if your opponent hits you a ball in the air? What if the ball doesn't bounce? What if it's coming right at you? Do you run back? No, you do not do that. You stay up here and you learn again this second shot, the block volley. We're going to be going over step by step on how to hit the block volley, why you need to learn the volley, and tips and tricks to improve your block volley. So what is the difference between a volley and a dink? A volley is when you hit the ball out of the air, you don't let the ball bounce. So again, if someone drills the ball at me, or if they hit it at me high and it's not going long, what am I going to do? I'm going to take it out of the air. I don't have time to move back and let the ball bounce. And this is step number one, proper ready position. And the proper ready position is just like we went over with the dink. You want to make sure that you're up at the kitchen line and you have your paddle up and out in front. This is a big thing. Now, why do you want to be up at the kitchen line? Because the further back you get, if you're ever moving back in pickleball, that means you're going to lose in pickleball. If you're ever moving back in pickleball, unless the ball's up super high that you have to run down a lob, you're going to be losing. Oh, it's an uphill battle if you move back. So you need to make sure you stay at this kitchen line. My hips are still, again, square, and I want to make sure that my hands are out in front. Now, if someone hits the ball to me in the air and I have to volley it, it means it's going pretty fast, right? I don't have much time to react. So a lot of players, they think they don't have fast hands when they start out. They think it goes so fast. Pickleball is too fast, especially when you're just starting. It's because you're waiting with your paddle down. Think, if ball's coming up real quick, it takes so much longer to go from here to here rather than just be here. Another thing, notice my hands are out in front and away from my body. My hands aren't here. If my paddle's in here, it's going to take so much longer to go from here to here rather than have my paddle out in front and I can go right here. So I want to make sure I get my hands up and away from my body and I keep, again, my feet at the line. I want to stay at the line. A lot of players where they're going to go wrong, especially when they just start out, the ball's coming real fast, is that they're going to want to move back. And when you move back in pickleball, unless it's a lob, what does that mean? It means that you're climbing an uphill battle and you're going to lose the point, just like I said before. Now, after we're in the proper ready position, now here's a big thing. If the ball comes at you at the middle, over here, or over here, I'm a right-handed player, so unless the ball comes all the way over here, from the paddle to my hand or anywhere over here, I'm taking this ball as a backhand. Once again, you guys see that from the paddle over to my hand, anywhere from the paddle on, I'm going to take that as a forehand. But any other ball around here, here, I am taking this ball as a backhand. This is huge. 85% of the shots you're going to be taking as a backhand. So we're going to teach you the backhand volley because, again, it's what's going to be happening for most of your shots. So if it's in the middle, you're going to be going like this. A lot of players, they go wrong and they try to hit a forehand. So how do we teach you this backhand block volley? Step number one, ready position, hips width distance, paddle up and out in front. Now step number two, all you're going to do is you're going to turn your paddle to the side. If you're a right-handed player, the tip of your paddle is going to be facing the left. If you're a left-handed player, the tip of your paddle is going to be facing the right. Ready position, tilt the paddle to the side. Once again, ready position, and you're going to tilt the paddle to the side. All you're going to go is from here to here, to here to here. I kind of, for some reason, think it's like a fish, right? It's the tail, and the tail's going to the side. Okay, makes sense? A lot of players, why I emphasize this is because when they're starting out, they're going to flip it. They're going to go from here to here instead of just here to the side. You want to make sure, a great rule of thumb, especially when you're picking up the game of pickleball, to make sure that you're in the proper position, is you always want to make sure your knuckles are facing forward. You never want your palm facing forward. Now, if you watched my previous video, and I'll put the link in the description on how to dink, starting you out with the #1 shot in pickleball, what did I say? You want your palm facing forward. For the volley, you want your knuckles facing forward. You don't want, again, your palm facing forward. So ready position, and you're going to tilt it to the side. Now, this is step number 2. Proper ready position. Step number 2 is tilted to the side. And then step number 3, you want to extend again, just like I said in the dink video, through your arm and your shoulder. You want to think that you're making a punch, right? You don't want to move your wrist. Ready position, tilt paddle aside, extend through the arm and the shoulder. This is a huge thing. When you're starting out, guys, a lot of you guys are going to have trouble because you're going to go like this, right? You're going to go out and you're going to flick your wrist. You always want to make sure the center of your paddle, think a laser shining from the center of your paddle. You want to make sure the center of the paddle is facing forward at all times. That ensures that my wrist is in the proper position. You don't want to be like this or like this. Tilt it to the side, extend through the arm and shoulder. Notice my wrist never moves to the side whatsoever. And that is how you hit a block volley. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, the dink, you want to hold the paddle loose. The volley, you want to hold the grip firm. 1 being super loose, 10 being super, super tight, death grip. You're going to injure your wrist. You want to be about maybe a 4.5. You want to be a little bit more firm. Kind of think like you're doing a handshake. The reason why is because for the volley, you want it to become packed. You don't want a big swing. That's why you're ready position. Notice, here's another thing. I'm not taking a big swing. You want it to be super short, okay? You want to think that you're redirecting the pace. You're not creating pace. You don't need to be super loose because all you're doing is, again, you're blocking it back. That's why a lot of players call this ball a block volley. Now, a great drill to do is start out in step number 2. So again, step number 1, again, proper ready position. Step number 2 with your partner. You're going to be here and you're going to just work on volleying back and forth in step number 2, going from 2 to 3, 2 to 3, 2 to 3, 2 to 3 with your partner. At Universal Rackets, this is what we do to teach players this backhand volley. We're going to get them into step 2, and again, just get them going from step 2 to 3, 2 to 3 over and over again. Why do you want to start in step 2 of 3 instead of starting at step 1? Because when you're picking it up or you're learning, a lot of players are going to try to get the flip. By doing this over and over and over again, you're going to teach yourself that this is right, so you'll never even have to think about this. Your muscle memory is already going to have this down. Now, again, when I do it, I want to make sure that I take a little swing and I also take a little backswing. Tennis players, squash players, this hurts me so much in my own personal pickleball game, is that I try to take such a big swing. When I take such a big swing, it's so fast I don't have enough time to get to the ball. The next thing, what do? I take a big swing after my shot. If I volley the ball back and my opponent's at the kitchen, the ball's going to come right back at me. So if I swing and I proceed with my swing, the next ball's going to come at me before I can even get my paddle back. So after you volley, you want to make sure that you end up in the proper ready position because the next ball is coming right then and right there. So you want to make sure that you are there. And again, you want to make sure that you keep your feet up at the net. Now, I know it's a little bit odd, right? Or you'll get a little bit nervous. The ball's coming real fast at you. It's coming near your face. If someone drills the ball at you and you're standing here, where is the ball going to go? It's going to go long every single time. So if you ever think that that ball is coming super, super fast, step to the side and let the ball go out. Now, there's going to be times that they drill it at you and they do catch you. But when you're starting out, again, if it's coming at your face super high, super fast, let the ball go long and you're going to be okay. Again, this is the second biggest shot to learn in pickleball. It is the backhand block volley. 85–80% of your shots are going to be like this. Again, the first #1 shot we went over for all new pickleball players is the dink. Make sure to click the link in the description. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, on YouTube, and if you want a pickleball program in your community, wherever you are, make sure to fill out this form, and we'll bring some Universal Rackets programs to your own community. Now, have a good one, happy hitting, and I'll see you guys next time on court.